Thank you very much, Professor. Ladies and gentlemen, I think you have been doing the best of listening. And now this is the time to look at the second part of it, that is, we join, this deliberative policy. You are all free to give in the best of your contributions. The issue has been on land management. Sorry, of course, land management is also another issue, but this is about resettlement. Following whatever happens in our place, we end up looking for such kind of options like resettlement, and already suffered what resettlement comes along with. So you have been looking at a number of things. I think you were listening, and I also hope you have been noting. And now this is the time for us to also forward our input. I believe Professor there shall take note. And but the time is not our best. I don't know the timekeeper, how much time we have for this additional part of the session. So ladies and gentlemen, there you are, you can react. Let's make our contributions. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Professor Lim and Resilient Africa Network for sharing this with us. I'll talk about land ownership as we move ahead to disseminate this to the Kampala team and other stakeholders who will be coming in at that level. I believe the Office of the Prime Minister has also been invited because they are charged with the mandate of disaster preparedness and management in Uganda. The disaster policy of Uganda is not clear about who owns land after a disaster has occurred. For instance, if I'm being removed from Bushi and I'm taken to another place, what happens to that piece of land? As Bududa, we are still stuck with what to do with the land in Nameti because people are taken to Kriandongo, and who owns the land in Nameti? So this issue should be taken up so that at the end of the day, the disaster policy is very clear about land ownership.